Are you even listening to what I said? I said, have you even thought about how this is going to affect us with our friends and our family that are here? And you want to move us halfway across the country. I guess it's to catch up with your thoughts because you already look like you're 1,000 miles away. I understand it's a great opportunity. I understand that it's probably everything you've wanted. But what about us? How is you and me not everything you've wanted? I've told you this before. I can't just pick up my practice and move to a new hospital. It's a lot more difficult than that. I have regulars. I have people with follow-up appointments. And you want me to just hand them off to a new doctor so we can, see where this new job takes you? I'm going to say it. I think it's selfish. No, I'm not telling you to abandon all your dreams. I am saying that you need to adjust your expectations and find a good job that's here. You're going to do it either way. I'm not exactly into long-distance relationships. So, where do you think that's going to put us? Apart. It's going to put us apart. You don't have to say it. I'll say it. If you want this opportunity, it's going to break us up. Please don't cry. This isn't easy for me either. I don't want to lose you. I want you to be in my life, but not at the expense of abandoning all my patients. What kind of doctor would that make me? Babe, look, I'm not gonna keep fighting like this. If you want that job, if you want to move, there's the door. Jesus. What have I done? I did the right thing. Right? Haven't gotten any answers from the divine yet. Doubt you're going to start now. Hey there. I know. Are you okay? Sounds like just the dumbest question right now. But what I mean by it is, there anything like a sharp pain or dull aches? Anything that requires me to give you some more pain medication? Just anything. No? That's good. Why are my eyes so puffy? Oh, how it is being a doctor. It's really tough. All these long shifts. 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Back to back. But look, let's worry about you right now. You got T-boned on the driver's side. So I'm going to call it now. You were very lucky. In the sense that, you're very lucky to be alive right now. And you can thank the wasted Uber driver that hit you for the current state you're in. No, don't worry about that. There was no severe damage to your spine. I don't think you're going to have any trouble walking or things like that. I don't see any permanent damage aside from the obvious leg cast you have on. And that's not permanent. That will heal. Is he okay? Let me check. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, he got off with just a bunch of scratches. That's at least what his chart said. Don't tell anyone I read off his chart. This is actually very confidential medical information. And he was released into the custody of the police. Oh, apparently there was a warrant out for his arrest for not showing up to court for another DUI. God, I hope they never let him drive again. So, you were back in town for your mom's birthday, right? I sent her a text wishing her a happy birthday on that day. Which, by the way, I want to tell you, you've been out for almost a week. So, it gave plenty of time for your parents to come by and visit. They were sad and very hopeful for your full recovery. Yeah, she was going on and on about how you should have waited until the morning to drive back home, but she said you didn't want to call off from work. By the way, we called your workplace, and they were very understanding. Wanted you to know that you have as long as you need to recover. Apparently, you have just been killing it for the last 6 months. How is work, by the way? Are you dating anyone? I mean, have you been active in that way in the last 6 months? It's on the chart. I have to ask these questions. Usually I hand it off to a nurse, but I thought maybe it'd be easier if you answered to me. Answered my questions. Answered the chart's questions that I have here. Oh, that's a huge relief. I mean, not like the dating part. But yeah, it was nice of you to mention that you do have some friends at work you go out with sometimes. Yeah, I hate seeing you like this. Wish I could just snap my fingers and make it all go away. How's your living situation? Really? Do you like your new apartment? That's great. Apartments with a nice view here cost an arm and a leg. Oh, my God, I'm sorry. I started scratching your head without asking. It was just out of habit. You're okay with it? And it feels nice? Yeah, it is kind of like how things used to be. God, I'm not even sure why I'm lying to you right now. I never lied to you during our relationship. I'm just trying not to come across as desperate. Like, here I am pretending like I'm okay, but I've been miserable the last 6 months. And you were right to worry about my puffy eyes. I'd been crying earlier. Actually, crying a lot since you were admitted into the hospital. When I was told you gotten into an accident and that you were in critical condition, I had a full-blown panic attack. I mean, even when I came out of it, I was still a sobbing mess. And, when I came to my senses, they told me that you were stable, but all I could feel was just so mad at myself. Like, what if I had been the one to take care of you in that situation? And I wouldn't even be able to hold it together. Yeah, I know I'm a human before a doctor, but I still want to be able to save you more than anyone else on this earth. When you were asked to relocate to another state, I made the stupidest decision in my life. I told you I couldn't move. I didn't want to leave my family and my job behind, my patients. I knew I'd be unhappy. That unhappiness would turn into resentment, which would just build. And while I love you, it was just better. It was better to cut things off. You know what happened? It was just the opposite. All these things that I thought I held dear, they just started to lose meaning without you. I felt like a husk, and I was just missing you all the time. Nothing helped it. Moving out of our apartment, I stopped hanging out with your mom. I got new hobbies. I tried therapy. Still, just about every single day, I missed you more. Yeah, well, I have been made very much aware that this is not a healthy way to pursue a relationship, that I shouldn't derive so much of my own happiness from my spending time with you. But I can't get over you. Deep down, I think I've always just held on to the hope that I would see you again. And now here you are, in the hospital I work at, just barely in one piece. And if that isn't a sign for me to tell you how I feel, I don't think anything else would be. Hey, at least I went from crying myself to sleep most nights to just maybe 1 or 2 nights a week. That's progress, right? No, you don't have to answer. You know, my friends set me up with this date like 3 months ago. And as soon as I sat down to talk to the girl, I felt this deep pain in my chest. I had to go excuse myself. And just kind of left. My therapist told me later that I was feeling guilty. Like I cheated on you just by talking to another girl. It's fun times. Why didn't I say anything sooner? Well, my therapist also said that by the way I described you, she didn't see why you wouldn't take me back. But, somehow in my spiraling, I felt like you deserve someone better now. Someone who would have always stuck by your side and didn't need to lose you to see how much they valued you. Don't be hard on myself. That leaving my life behind was not an easy task by any means. No. You have to tell me to get away. You have to tell me that you hate me. You have to tell me that I don't deserve someone as good as you. God. what breaks my heart the most is that what I'm afraid of going through, leaving everything behind, you already went through that all by yourself. Alone. I could have at least have been by your side. So, how could I have done that to you? How could you say that? That I make you happy and deserve all the love that you can give me? I can't with you. If you weren't already so fragile right now, I think I'd be hugging you hard enough to crush your ribs. I promise. I won't make the same mistake again. If they ask you to relocate to the freaking moon, I'm going to go there with you. I can take care of you while you recover. I have some money saved up. I've taken a lot of overtime to try to get my mind off of things, and I really only go out with my friends and family when they drag me out of the house. Yeah, I can sort out my job situation later. Every hospital's permanently short-staffed anyway, so even if I have to go back to being an intern, I can find a job somewhere. Because as long as I'm with you, I am sure that we can be happy again. I know. How nice of the hospital to assign you a live-in doctor without additional charges. I love you. Now get some rest.